Episode 406 of Breaking Bad, Cornered. I don't even know what there's to say anymore. I'm just gonna come on here every week and be like, that was another great episode, because that's basically how it always is. I mean, other than the open house episode this season, it's been pretty awesome. I'm happy that they've gotten away from the initial story of Jesse being, I guess, depressed or whatever, sitting around his house and partying. And they're doing something cool with Jesse. There was a lot of cool things in this episode. Some great quotes. I love when Skyler starts to realize she's starting to realize exactly who her husband is. It's not he's not the guy that he was 4 seasons ago. He's he's a criminal, and the scene in the beginning that really kind of sets her off on it is when he's like, you think you hear about someone knocks on his door and he gets shot. You think I'm that guy? He's like, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that knocks. Basically saying I killed Gail, or I'm the person to be afraid of. Um, so that is starting to get interesting. I thought it was kind of stupid how she drove away and like went to the four state monument thing and or whatever you want to call it, and flipped the coin to make a choice. And then even though the coin didn't give her the choice that she wanted, it just was pointless. Like she just did what she wanted to anyways. Um, but then the other great quote was her at the end when she's like, "Someone has to protect this family from the man who protects this family." That was a pretty cool line to end the episode on. But really, like that, the Walt's story this episode is good, and it's interesting how they've driven a wedge, Walt thinks they're trying to drive a wedge between him and Jesse, and it's not totally clear whether Walt's right, but Walt usually is right. He's pretty smart generally, except for buying his kid that car. Uh, do you think Walt's right? Is that their intention? I think that could be their intention, but at the same time, they're maybe testing him out, saying, "Hey, what could this kid do?" You know. And Jesse showed that he actually is useful to them when he did the stakeout with Mike, and he got bored, and he's like, I know meth head. You know this PI thing? I know meth heads. I'm going in there. I'm gonna get them out." And he handled himself well. And that's what Gus says to him at the end. He goes, "I hear you can handle yourself." Jesse's, "Yeah, I guess." And he's like, "Hey, excuse me, why me?" And Gus says, "I'd like to think I could see things in people." So I think Walt is right, and I also think that Jesse is right. And I really enjoyed the Jesse stuff this episode. And I have to say, I don't know if I've said it before, but Jonathan Banks and Mike, his character, love this guy, man. I'm happy they didn't kill him because this guy is just so fun to watch, especially with Jesse. It's just the two of them together are like the odd couple, and I love it. Even more so than Walter and Jesse. Like Mike and Jesse are just great together. So it was really fun to watch that stuff. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like that was my favorite part of the episode was the Jesse and Mike stuff and Gus. But then there was also like Walt did something really ballsy and stupid, really stupid if you ask me, which was besides buying his son the car. Which I see where Walt's coming from with that. He wanted to give his son a present. What's he getting all this money for, anyways? Right? What's the point of it if you can't fucking enjoy it? And but no, since he didn't have Jesse again for another day, and he thinks that they're trying to fuck with him by taking away Jesse, he gets some of the the cleaning ladies from upstairs in the plant and brings them down into the lab and has them help him clean the lab, which is just they knew they weren't supposed to go down there, and I don't know Spanish, but I'm pretty sure Walter said something like, you know, those rules don't matter anymore. You could listen to me, or he said something to that effect. If you know exactly what he said, tell me. Um, and they listened to him because he was giving them money, and he told them, "Hey, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And then they come back up, and I thought they were gonna fucking kill these ladies, which is what Walter should have thought if he was thinking with his fucking head. But the Tyrus guy or whatever, the new guy that I think that watches them or whatever, the black guy that replaced the other dude. Anyways, he was like, "Nah, we're sending them back to Honduras, a bus back to Honduras." And Walter's like, "No, no, no, don't blame them, blame me." Which is another thing. It's like, Walter, dude, you're pushing your boundaries here. And dude's like, "Yeah, Gus does blame you." So Walter is becoming almost a bigger problem than Jesse at points. Walter just likes to test his limits, and obviously at some point he's gonna step over the boundary again, or he's just gonna have to take over and go after Gus somehow. Maybe Gus will be weak because he's worried about the cartel and this and that, but Gus said that he was willing to talk to the cartel and see what they have to say. But anyways, the as far as like Walter killing Gus, I remember going into the season saying it would happen in the first couple episodes. Well, we're 6 episodes in, we're not even close to Walter getting there. Who knows though? It could be next episode. This show is just unpredictable like that. But uh, it's definitely later rather than sooner that Walter is going to take over. So maybe near the series finale or season finale, he gets Gus or whatever, but it's not anytime soon. The previews for the next episode looked really interesting. What if Hank is on to Walter already? That was in there. I don't know. Let me know if you saw anything else interesting in the preview for the next episode. But anyways, I mean, once again, really good episode, and once again, I can't wait till next week. And we'll be back to discuss what's going on. But just what do you think is going on? Once again, what do you think is going on with Jesse and with Gus and Jesse and Mike? And what do you think is going on with Hank? Or what do you think you saw in the previews? So, anyways, leave me comments and let me know what you think, and we'll talk about this again next week. Anyways, thanks for watching.